Welcome to the Science of Manifesting Money class. I'm super excited for all of you. By the end of this 20-week course, you will not be the same. During these 20 weeks, we are going to focus on the science of getting rich. Now, a lot of you may have, might say, oh, I've read that book before, or I've read that book, several times, or I did 4, 14, and 7 for 30 days. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you're not making the amount of money that you want to make in your life, then you need to give 100% during this course and do all of the homework, period, end of story. During this class, what I'm really focused on is reprogramming your subconscious mind so that way by the end of this course, you are completely different. Okay, and we're talking on an automatic level to where your behavior all day long is just naturally different without you having to think about it. You're not having to think about, ooh, I need to be positive about this, or ooh, cancel, I shouldn't say that. Okay, you will automatically be thinking and saying and doing the right things to make the amount of money that you want to make. It is also a requirement that you know how to do our subconscious release technique. So I know some of you are not very good at following directions. This was in the first email that got sent out. So if you are not familiar with, you don't feel comfortable with doing the subconscious release technique yet, then you need to pause the video right now and you need to go back and watch those videos 1 time, 2 times, 50 times. I don't really care how many times you have to watch it until you actually understand and can participate fully in this class. If you don't feel confident in doing the subconscious release technique, you won't get as much out of this class. Okay, I'm not going to do the releases for you. Okay, you need to be able to go home and test yourself on a lot of the homework. So I need you to be super familiar with the subconscious release technique. Okay, so during this class, I know that you're taking, Melissa and Laura are super awesome and they're friendly and they're great during the class. So there's a reason why I have them teaching that part of it and me doing this. So they're going to be like, yay, you're amazing, great job. That's how they're going to be to you. And I'm going to be like, look, here's the real deal. Here's the freaking homework that you need to do and you better do it if you want your life to change. And I can tell you right now, I don't like wasting my time. So if you're watching these videos, if you're taking this class, do the homework. I'm not going to give you a lot of homework, but I'm going to give you very powerful homework that will literally change you on a subconscious level. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to warn you that you have programs, you have blocks right now that are going to, okay, hear me on this, that are going to try to sabotage you during this class, okay? Your kids are going to get sick, or something's going to happen with your husband or your work or whatever. It's going to come up. Your normal patterns of what is getting in your way right now from already having everything that you want are going to come up. They are. Okay, I'm not saying this to manifest this. I'm telling you because it's the truth and you need to be prepared. Okay, this is an offensive strategy. Okay, you're not a victim. Life isn't happening to you. You need to be aware of real obstacles that are in your life so that way you can attack them head on. Okay, so if we're on the same page, we're going to move forward. I'm going to be giving you homework on these videos. I'm going to be giving you releases on these videos. I'm going to be giving you some fun homework too. You're going to be digging into your past, clearing out old programs. We'll do a little bit here in a minute, but get ready for, a roller coaster, and it's going to be a fun roller coaster. It could be a hard roller coaster. It can be whatever you make it. I prefer that it's an exciting roller coaster for you, no matter what happens during the next 20 weeks. Okay, but I want you to make a commitment right now that you are going to give it everything you've got. Okay, some of you are great starters, but you're not great finishers. Okay, I challenge you in this course to be a great starter and be a great finisher. Tell yourself right now, I'm a strong finisher. I'm a strong finisher. Okay, some of you have commitment issues. Okay, so I challenge you to make it a priority. I'm going to be on every single one of these classes. Okay, I'm going to set 10 reminders in my phone, or I'm going to put it in my schedule, or I'm going to get accountability partners. Do whatever you need to do in order to cover your weaknesses, okay? So that way you can actually be successful in this class. It is super important that if you are a part of our company, that you have good money programming. And a lot of you have a lot of work to do, okay? I am doing this to help you, and I'm also doing this to support the company. All of you guys need to take yourself to a much higher level when it comes to where your DNA is with money. Okay, and it is a DNA, you know, just like Donald Trump said, you were born with it. It's a DNA thing. Okay, well, guess what? Kevin Trudeau taught us how to change your DNA, and that's what we're gonna do during this next 20 weeks. So I'm super excited for you, and you should be too. But again, I want you to give it everything you've got. This is a top priority. Okay, over everything else, because once you learn this, you have ultimate freedom. If something goes wrong, like, oh man, I have to pay for this thing. Guess what? Now you know how to manifest money, so it doesn't matter. There'll be so much less stress in your life. There's so many problems that are created because of your lack of ability to manifest money. It's not the amount of money, but it's your ability to actually be able to manifest money, okay? That will make you free or completely in a self-made prison, okay? We're gonna break out of this prison in this class, okay? If you're committed, you're willing to get uncomfortable, which I know you are, and you're willing to do the homework, okay? Some of it can be monotonous, you might think. I don't love doing monotonous things, but I freaking love getting results, okay? So if I tell you to read the book 100 times, which I'm not gonna do, but if I said that, that's what you would do. Okay, so make that commitment to yourself right now. You're willing to do whatever it takes. All right, so right now we're gonna do a release. If you guys hear breathing in the background, I've got our leadership team here. They're behind the camera. They're watching me actually film it because they wanted to be a part of it and actually get the training right now. Okay, so if you hear breathing, they're not gonna be talking, but if you're breathing, that's what it is. Okay, so the first releases that we're gonna do is to get rid of the lower level vibration, okay, that's getting in your way with money. Now again, just to remind you, I am not gonna do these releases with you and then all of a sudden money is gonna fall into your lap, okay? That's not how it works. You are a creator in your own life. You are a creator in your own life. It's not my job to give you money. It's your job to get you money, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna do the releases, okay? But that's one part of manifesting. So for those of you that haven't watched my Magic of Manifesting DVD, you may wanna go back and watch it. There's 3 parts to manifesting, okay? One is the intensity of your transmission. The other is how often are you transmitting, okay? And the third is your level of resistance. Right now we're clearing number 3, which is level of resistance. The rest of it is if you want money, you know, if you wanna manifest money, what's the first thing you got to do? Want money. So you need to be thinking about money, okay? And you need to be thinking about what you want often. I'm going to break it down later on how you need to specifically be thinking about it from your quadrant, okay? If you guys don't know what that is, go to marketforce.com, make sure that you have that and you know your quadrant with taking this class as well. But right now, what we're going to focus on right now is level 3, or is number 3, which is your level of resistance. So let's clear out these negative blocks. But again, you're a creator in your own life. If it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to who? You. Okay? All right. So here we go. We're going to do the subconscious release technique. I want everyone to take a deep breath in and out. All right, the first one is I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with my fear of survival. Okay, take a deep breath in. Okay, I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with all guilt relating to money. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with getting uncomfortable. Sometimes my eyes water a little bit when I do release this. Okay, the uncomfortable one will actually help you with going through this class because you will get uncomfortable if you're really pushing yourself. Okay, I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with pain. Now we want to do something with that, okay? I want you to pinch yourself right now. Pinch yourself kind of hard until it's painful. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Pinch yourself. Can you handle pain? Can you? Okay, well stop being a whiny little baby then. You can handle pain, okay? We are not manifesting money from the dark side, which is coming from a place of fearing pain and not wanting to have pain, okay? So we're not manifesting money so we don't feel pain and we don't feel stress and oh my goodness, this bad thing happened to me, because we're not victims and we're not afraid of pain, okay? Anytime you need to remind yourself, just pinch yourself. Can you handle pain? Oh, good. No problem then. No more being a little whiny baby. Okay, I have no tolerance for it. Doesn't matter what your situation is. I'm sure it wasn't worse than mine. Okay, so, and even if it is, who cares? Stop whining about it. Do you want results or do you want to keep being a whiny victim? Okay, and I've been like this with everybody on our leadership team. With Laura, I've been the same way. She's now living her dream life. Okay, with Melissa, same thing. I remember the first coaching session that I did with her because she had just went through a divorce. She got $10,000 for her settlement, okay, and she was making, I think, around $2,000 a month, which barely paid. Okay, scraping by for all of her, essentials that she needed, all of her bills and expenses with nothing extra, okay? She got $10,000 from her settlement, and she decided to take that $10,000 and invest it in our company, which the thing she was really excited about was that it came with coaching sessions with me, okay? There's no way that I would have allowed her to invest in the company if she was actually not going to listen to me, okay? Because I would not want a single mom, I mean, I've been there, okay, investing her money, her last money that she has, okay, into our company if she actually wasn't going to listen to me and do the homework. So our first call, she's teaching, she's, kids, everything, she's super busy, and I give her the homework and she goes into her little victim thing, which you guys will do too. Oh my gosh, Coral, but you don't understand. I have my kids and I have this and how am I going to get all this homework done? And I'm like, Melissa, knock it off. I'm going to refund you your money right now and you're not going to get any coaching with me or you're going to get your homework done. Okay? One of the two, you pick. Because I know that in the next 6 months, I can get you to a 6-figure income if you listen to me and you do the homework. Okay? She chose to suck it up, cupcake, right? She chose to put her big girl panties on, okay? And she chose to get her homework done. She chose to figure it out. And in fact, it only took her 2 days. It didn't even take her a week, okay? So a lot of this is in your mind, okay? You think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. How am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And it's all a mind game, okay? You have created a mental prison for yourself that's not even real, okay? You actually don't have these blocks or limits. They aren't actually there. Can you actually manifest money? Think about it. Have you ever been able to manifest money? Ever? Have you ever been able to? Yeah, you probably have, right? So why can't you manifest it every single time? It's because of your mental blocks, okay? So what I'm telling you is that when you're going through this class, I want you to be mentally tougher than your blocks, okay? I want you to be mentally tougher than those little voices that are going to try to stop you because they're not real. Okay. Once you decide and make a decision that I'm going to do the homework, I'm going to make the money, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to make 6 figures, whatever it is, it's your goal. Okay. Once you make that decision, you better figure it out. Okay. You can have the results or excuses, not both. It's your choice. This is what I told Melissa. You can have excuses or results, not both. It's your choice. She chose to have results. And holy crap, she blew her money goals out of the water, manifested her soulmate at the same time, living in her dream home, everything that she wanted. And I can say this for every single one of my clients that actually listen to me. Okay. So I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this because I like to control people or have power over people. It's none of that. I'm telling you that if you actually listen to me and do the homework in this class, you will not recognize your life and you will not recognize your results, most importantly, okay, by the end of this program. So I'm super excited for you. All right, let's do a little bit more clearing and then you guys can move on to your homework. All right, so take a deep breath in and out and relax. All right, we're gonna do I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with my fear of poverty. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with I don't have enough. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with how am I going to do that? I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with homework. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with finishing things. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with my fear of success. I release all positive and negative emotional blocks with caring what people think about me. Deep breath in and out. All right, let's do some fill-ups. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm completely safe. I'm so happy and grateful that all my needs are always taken care of. I'm so happy and grateful it's good for me to have money. I'm so happy and grateful I like having money. Thank you, universe. Please send me more. I'm so happy and grateful I always get results over excuses. I'm so happy and grateful that if it is to be, it's up to me. Okay, good. Deep breath in and out. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 sets for your homework this week. Okay. My recommendation, my strong recommendation is that you read The Science of Getting Rich, the entire book, 2 times this week. Okay? You can listen to the audio version. However, I prefer you read it. Okay? If you need to listen to the audio, that's fine though. That's second best. Not as good, but second best. Okay. If you really can't fit it in twice, read it once, the whole thing through this week. So that's the minimum. Minimum is read it once. I recommend you read it twice. And then I also have an overachievers assignment. If you're an overachiever, read it every single day this week. So read the entire book, because it's not that long. Okay. If you're an overachiever and you can commit to this and you just really want to do whatever it takes to make your life change, read this whole book every single day for the next 7 days before the next class. Okay. You really want to ingrain this on a subconscious level. That is what I did to completely change my financial situation. Okay. And you can do it too if you're willing to do the work. And this is the work that's required. 99% of your results are going to come from your thinking. And the only way to control your autonomic thinking, your automatic subconscious mind, that thinking that controls your behavior, not your conscious thinking, but your subconscious mind, okay? The only way to control that thinking that controls 99% of your results is through repetition, okay? And it's through a emotional impact, okay? Something could emotionally happen where you decide to change, okay? Or being in that environment. Okay, so I don't think right now for most of you that you are hanging out with a billionaire or millionaire 24/7. If you were, you might not have to read this book, okay? But if you don't have access to that, okay, read the book. Repetition, that's what it takes. I don't care how smart you are or you think, oh, I got it. Makes sense, why'd I have to read it again, okay? If you cannot manifest money like that, just like that, you need to read it again because you don't have it on a subconscious level, Okay, to know and not to do is not to know. I don't care if you can teach it and spew it off and tell everybody and be positive and say all the right things. If you don't have a lot of money in your bank account and you can't manifest money to buy whatever you want, okay, then you need repetition. All right, so have fun with your homework this week. I love reading this book. Your life really is going to change. Put this as your top priority. It really is worth it. And I can tell you that at the end of this 20 weeks, if you commit to this full on, okay, you won't recognize yourself. This will work. It does work. This stuff works. It really does. Look around. I'm sitting in my own house, $4.5 million house. And this is my third house. Driving my Bentley, okay? I'm telling you, this stuff works, okay? And you have to have a level of mental toughness if you want to be able to run a company or run any company that you're doing, be successful in coaching, or manifest any type of money, okay? So be mentally tough. Do amazing with your homework this week. Enjoy your call next week with Lauren and Melissa, and I will see you next week on your video.